This is your host, Brock Lauer, and my co-host,
Kyle Walters.
And welcome to episode 11 of Talking Toys, where we will be talking about toy pricing and toy groups. Apologize for not being on the air for a while on our YouTube page or SoundCloud. A lot of personal issues arise. Stuff's been going on, so we haven't had the chance or the time to produce new content, and technical difficulties as well played into that as well. So we do apologize for the long delay. Holidays are coming up, so we're getting also a little bit more busier than usual. Also, YouTube is changing its algorithm. If you haven't heard of that, the new COPPA laws will go into effect around January. So it is very important that you, the listener or the viewer, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you do follow us on that platform, which we do most of our sharing and advertising on that channel, it's important that you like, share, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. To be quite honest, we don't know if YouTube will pull our channel or not based on how many views and subscribers we have, because they're just changing a whole lot of things. If you don't know anything about the COPPA laws, apparently it was a whole big legal thing. I'm not going to go into specific details to save on time, but it was like a legal thing with kids, with Google and IP addresses and stuff like that.
And we might even have to start putting a disclaimer.
Right, and just so you know, as the listener or the viewer, that I put the audience for our show as adult. This is mostly for adults, adult collectors, adult toy collectors. Try to keep it PG-13 on this channel, but it's not really made for kids, so we can't stress enough that this show not really for children. We don't really expect or inform children on certain toys. I mean, if your kid follows it, but that's up to you as a parent. That's not up to me as a content creator. Please just be mindful of your kids and what they are exposed to online. We can't stress this enough that our main demographic and audience isn't for children. It's for the adult collector. We talk about things that we think adults will understand, not so much children. They're mostly for things we talk about are adult collections, adult action figures, higher end stuff, more expensive stuff. So that's just what topics we follow. This channel, the show isn't really meant for children. I mean, we don't too unkid friendly, but just to cover ourselves, and for your understanding that it's not made for children. Just to be quite clear on that. Yeah, they're changing the algorithm on YouTube. Our channel may go away, but it's on other platforms like SoundCloud. We might move over to Twitch, depending on anything like that. But we just do the video portion of it just to give you visuals. But we also have the audio version just pretty much on SoundCloud if you just want to. You already understand what we're talking about and know what we're talking about, just to listen on SoundCloud. So we'll probably distributing more of our content also on SoundCloud and still on YouTube. I don't think there should be a problem. But if there is, this channel could disappear. But that's why it's important for you to support independent creators on YouTube. If you like our channel and want to keep seeing it, please like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and just follow us as best you can. If we go over on a new channel, video-wise, that we'll let you know on Facebook. If we go if you just want to listen to us, that'll be on SoundCloud. So that's Talking Toys on YouTube and SoundCloud for right now. If we go on another platform, we'll definitely let you know on our Facebook page. So make sure to follow our website on Facebook. That's the best way to follow us is Talking Toys at Facebook. All right, so let's get into the news here. Enough about that. If you want to know more about the COPPA laws, feel free to read up on that. Just kind of want to let you guys know. We'll probably, if something worst case scenario, we'll just find other platforms and we'll let you know through that on our Facebook page. All right, so on to the news. We'll go by this pretty quickly. Like I said, we were a little bit behind on a lot of things. So we'll start with, the Mezco toys from New York Comic Con, such as Wonder Woman, Mr. Freeze, and classic Wonder Woman, Mr. Freeze. What did you think from those reveals, Kyle?
I like Mr. Freeze, but his aesthetic, that of the video games, which means I'm unsure how cool he'll be able to do it, just holding out his gun in front of him. Hope he comes with some sort of freeze ray stuff. I'm excited for him, though. I feel like they've cut back on what they reveal right away, because their distribution is meh, so they don't want to have to explain much. They are one of the worst companies when it comes to interacting with content creators and fans and stuff, but they are one of the best companies in products delivered. So it's like, it's like a double-edged sword. But
Right.
I'm excited. I still can't wait for. Even though I don't collect them, I know I collect this style usually. I'm really excited for the 5 points 1940s Superman collection. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that will be nice. I like the Wonder Woman. I want to see if that's worth getting in person. Mr. Freeze is cool, but I'll come with a frosted glass and non-frosted glass as well, based on recent photos I saw. We know that's kind of old news.
I'm definitely excited for Mr. Freeze. I'll get him. I just the only thing about Mesco is how they've gone away in a lot of ways. Bendy wearing the capes, and I feel like that's just so lazy
Mm-hmm.
because I see people online or on Etsy or stuff who make bendy wire capes for like $5. So
Yeah.
it's like if I'm gonna pay $80 for an action figure, I want everything
Well, I know
to be perfect.
I know Wonder Woman comes with a cape, a sword, a shield, an axe, and a lasso, and that's that's a good thing is that they give you a lot of accessories. So you gotta commend them for that. New Marvel Legend reveals are the Fantastic Four pack with Doctor Doom, Johnny Storm, Mr. Fantastic, all in the same suits. The Thing and Sue Storm, Invisible Woman.
She-Hulk, Doctor Strange, and then with the Build-A-Figure Super Skrull.
Yes, yeah.
That's gonna be
It's interesting.
flipping awesome way.
You're right. The only one I'm interested in is the Doctor Doom because I'm not really a big Fantastic Four fan. Obviously, I think you were into those.
I'm gonna get the entire wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that I'm kind of iffy on, but her aesthetic is just great, is She-Hulk. But other than that, I think
Yeah.
the entire wave I think is really strong.
I'll hold off on the She-Hulk because I like her green, not gray. It's just kind of weird that they went with the gray as opposed to the green, but whatever. I don't know if that's more modern, but also 80s retro Deadpool. That's at GameStop's right around now.
And it's too damn expensive.
Right.
For some reason, they want like $40.
Right.
Which is weird because all their other Marvel Legends they have priced at $22.99.
The only thing I guess about that one is that because it comes with more custom packaging, which I guess is like Deadpoolish, but yeah, I understand if it's too much. I get you. Which is weird for GameStop that they price stuff like that higher on account of that their business model is kind of going out the window. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if GameStop closes in the next 3 to 5 years.
Which is disappointing because I like GameStop. They do some cool things. They've the Ninja Turtle Batman 2-packs have been really nice.
Right. Also, other Marvel Legends are Sunspot and Warpath, also coming out. Also, what was recently released were pictures of the Black Widow figures for the new movie of the Black Widow. And that will come out with movie Black Widow, movie Taskmaster, movie Red Guardian, comic book version Spy Master and Winter Soldier, and Crossbones, movie Yolana, and the Build-A-Figure is comic book accurate Crimson Dynamo. You and I were talking about this. I like pretty much the whole wave, except maybe Spy Master. Not that I'm really excited about Yolana figure, but I think the whole wave is solid. I like the look. The only thing I have a problem with is the Red Guardian doesn't come with a masked face.
Right. I love the fact that they made Red Guardian fat.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously it worked well with Thor for different reasons, but it kind of shows him that it shows that Natasha's been away for so long.
Yeah.
And then I just think it's cool how they're incorporating that too, because then now I'm just thinking like, okay, they're doing Red Guardian. They did Captain America.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder who's going to be a good Captain Britain. I mean, I don't know. Like, it could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, I love Cumberbatch, but I don't know who's a good British actor that we can make.
Henry Cavill for the Superman.
He's British?
Yeah, he's British.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, I like the wave. I think it's pretty solid. I'm excited for it. I think it's a good movie wave mixed in with some comic one. Finally getting a comic book Winter Soldier. I like that. I love that figure. Finally, hopefully we get like a comic book Bucky down the road.
Right, because they got to make up for
and a better Baron Zemo, and there's a lot of Cap.
They got to make up for their past sins of giving us some really crappy figures. They got to make for like that Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Back before Hasbro really got their footing was terrible in the Queen Broad wave.
The Crossbones intrigues me as well. I think these are really good figures. Also, they're releasing X-Men Black Suited Storm figure. That'll be an interesting one. If you know, very much similar to the retro white costume. It's just in the version with black and gold. Also, they're going to release a Step Forward Cuckoo Walgreens exclusive. Comes with 3 heads. I don't know those
I
characters.
don't know what that is either.
They're really
I
getting
think
into the
it's-
obscure characters, but that's what they're called. The Stepford Cuckoo.
I think it's an
Sisters or
X-Men
something like that.
character.
It's
and,
an X-Men character, yeah.
And the thing that they did was smart with that.
That's a
was
Walgreens exclusive. Comes with 3 heads. But,
right, which is smart because now they know people want it. You know, if you really want that character, now you're gonna want 3.
Right, they're getting more obscure and like not as not as many essential characters as before.
Which some people will really like, other people not so much. I know, like for me, sometimes I really like when they go obscure. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, well, you want obscure, but then you still have not given me an Alistair Smythe for a Spider-Man line, you know?
Right. Also, Hot Toys is releasing an Iron Spider-Man. I don't know if you saw those pictures. We put up on our Facebook.
Gorgeous,
page.
yeah, nice and metallic.
Oh yeah, comic book accurate Iron Spider-Man. Really great to see all the photos of everything that we're talking about and more. Check up our Talking Toys Facebook page. We always post stuff regularly on that site as well. But yeah, that was a really good looking Hot Toys Iron Spider-Man. Long overdue. I'm waiting for an updated Marvel Legends one. They haven't done in like a very long time. There's a lot of figures they haven't done yet, which I think they're just kind of sitting on, just to,
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, because they want to like. I know some waves they want to strategize with like, okay, we're gonna do a mixture of like obscure and not obscure, because like we were talking about before we started recording the Mandarin.
Right.
Give me, I don't get it. The only Mandarin figures that Hasbro's ever done was 3 3/4 inch.
Also from Hot Toys comes Hulk and Thor from Avengers Endgame. Hulk will have the gauntlet when he snaps his fingers in the movie, and Thor will have comes with 2 hammers and lightning effects, and that's the Fat Thor with when he's in his armor. Also comes from Hot Toys as well. Some Black Series figures as well. Commander Bly and Jet Trooper for the new movie coming out, The Rise of Skywalker. And you'll also get Episode 5 Chewie with C-3PO and like Empire Strikes Back when he's carrying him on his back. That's coming out. That's an Amazon exclusive. More recent figures that are out right now are Commander Fox is a GameStop exclusive. Obviously, you have your Mandalorian Rey, Red Sith Trooper, Stormtrooper, a rehash of the Stormtrooper, Return of the Jedi Luke with cloak that's out right now.
What about that C-3PO that's at Target?
Yavin Luke. Yeah, the C-3PO that's at Target with the gun and the bandolier.
Yeah, and that small character thing. There comes a little tiny character, I don't know.
Oh, Rey with the Dio.
No, not Rey. C-3PO comes with a little tiny character.
Oh, that little weird alien that reboots him or something like that. So that's coming out. Yeah, Off-World Jawa as well. Second Sister Inquisitor, Cal Kestis from the video game. That's all coming out right now. Amazon has the carbonized Sith Trooper. Target has the carbonized Mandalorian figure. GameStop Sister carbonized, and Walmart has the Jet Trooper. All pretty much just metallic paint on those figures. Not much of a difference, but if you like a little shine to your figures, that's what's out right now on all those platforms and retailers. DC Essentials released Red Nightwing, Speed Force Flash, Batman Superman from the Deceased line, and an Undead Harley Quinn and Joker, Batman and Superman. You and I talked about this not that long ago, just kind of lazy on DC Collectibles part, just putting zombie faces and little blood paint apps on the same figures, essentially.
Very lazy, but that'll sell.
I mean, it's just, if you're going to go that route, just make it way more detailed and a little bit more different. I mean, just to change 1 or 2 things on a figure is hardly worth my money to rebuy a figure.
Right, it's just lame.
Yeah.
But then again, DC Collectibles is literally the definition of hit or miss.
Right. And SH Figure Arts is coming out with a Worthy Cap as well. And Tamashii Nations is coming out with a Burning Godzilla. It looks like he's like on fire when he's like with red and translucent paint apps.
Oh yeah. The SH Figure Arts line is under Bandai Tamashii Nations. Great company. They rebranded themselves as Bandai Spirits, which is ironic because Tamashii translates from Japanese to English as spirit. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they just Americanized it because they know where they know where one of their main markets is. But I love that company, as you know.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of Dragon Ball figures from them, Gundam model kits, Marvel figures. I buy a lot of crap from them. But I'm very excited about just some of their prospects they're coming out with.
And I know you're excited about what's coming out of Diamond Select. The Hulk with the gauntlet in his jumpsuit, the time jumpsuit. The Armored Thanos, which is a Disney Store exclusive.
I'm definitely very interested in that figure.
I'm interested in both. I'm just kind of hoping they don't make a Marvel Legends versions of both those figures. I'll buy the figures from Diamond Select.
Right.
I really hope Marvel Legends ain't gonna go back and remake them. I think they might remake Thanos, but I don't think they're gonna make that Hulk.
Right, and if they do, with our luck, they'll be like, "Oh, it's a Build-A-Figure," so they'll be like, "Okay, I don't have to get that. I don't have to get that crap."
Or some like GameStop exclusive, what they did with the Giant Man.
Oh, the Giant Man is GameStop exclusive?
Yeah, that one you saw. I think you were with me, right?
Yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, the packaging is great because he looks like he's trying to escape, but then you're just like, man, I spent so much time trying to build that thing.
Yeah, I'm happy with the one I got, the Build-A-Figure. But yeah, Diamond Select making the Armored Thanos, the Endgame Hulk with the gauntlet and the jumpsuit, and both figures look promising because Marvel Legends hasn't done this, and they'll fit into scale with your Marvel Legends because they're bigger figures. And also, Diamond Select is making the Iron Giant figure. We posted that on our Facebook page. What do you think of that one?
Easy buy.
Easy buy. Yeah, I
don't care about the price either. It could be $80 and it's still.
There is a demand for Iron Giant because you can do a lot with that.
Right.
Figure.
It's. I mean, plus think about the fact that I believe it was Treadmasters released the ones from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Mondo released, and I saw it in person at Marcus's store, but Mondo released one which is going for buku bucks right now.
Right.
Sentinel has released a couple and is releasing more. So I think this one is the most affordable probably, and it still looks like has really good sculpting too. And this one, compared to some of the other ones, comes with a kid. You gotta, what's his name? I forget his name, but you gotta have the kid.
Hogarth?
Hogarth, yeah.
I can't believe I remember that. I haven't even seen the whole movie. I've seen like a quarter of it.
But the Iron Giant is dude, you gotta watch it. It's one of my favorite movies. Vin Diesel is the Iron Giant.
What film company made that? Fox?
I don't.
Or was it? It wasn't Disney. I know it wasn't Disney.
I know it wasn't Disney.
It wasn't DreamWorks. I know everything.
It might have been Fox.
I think it was Fox. Yeah.
No, it was Warner Brothers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like
the animation looks similar to something else I've seen.
Like listen, Vin Diesel, Jennifer Aniston, Harry Connick Jr., some pretty decent names, and it was released in 1999. The funny thing is, it did not wow people at the box office, but like a lot of things, like Army of Darkness, it's a cult classic, and it's a really fun, good, lighthearted movie. You can watch it with your kid. I think it's really good. I've loved it since I've been a kid.
Also, just in time for the holidays, so we're told by the companies, they've also released, I think it's Mattel that's releasing a Baby Yoda plush figure from the Mandalorian show. So all you Baby Yoda fans out there, that's what everyone calls him. No one knows his name or his species, but Baby Yoda plushies and Pop Funkos are hitting the stores right around now to probably the end of the month. You should keep your eyes looking out for that. But there's a life-size plush of Baby Yoda. He has like a plastic face, head, and I think he has cloth clothing. He's like a plush, and he has some like fur on top of his head too. So it's pretty realistic. I think I'm pretty sure it's made by Mattel. And that's coming out between now and Christmas. Not really a big blockbuster toy coming out this Christmas season that everyone's rushing to the store to get. I get around Targets and Walmarts, and I can't say that there's a whole lot of demand for a particular toy this year, which that's been a while. It's been a while since those fingerlings, and that was like the last big holiday toy rush that people were looking to get. So
yeah, no like crazy Hatchimals or anything.
Right, and nothing like super crazy. That's like, oh, I gotta get it now. But that's all the news and notes we have for right now, since it's been like 2 months.
It has
been
a hot minute.
Yeah. We had a lot of personal things to take care of. That's why we're off the air for so long. Plus the holidays are getting a little bit more busy. So on to our first topic, toy pricing. There has been like fluctuation in the toy market of pricing lately, the past 2 years. A lot of it just being the tariffs between the United States and Japan, things going up. If you're going looking for imports and extra, shipping goes up as well. If you're going for imports, so I think that's a good place to start. You get imports. I don't. I shop American pretty much, but there are a lot of our listeners and viewers probably do get imports, stuff that's overseas in Japan and China. Have you seen a big price increase lately with imports and stuff like that?
No. The Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, our president, President Trump, work really, really close with each other because we're both their number one trading partner. So I think they did work out a special little trade deal too, just because we both rely on each other for everything from technology, cars, action figures, food, etc. I will say in general though, sometimes Bandai Tamashii Nations does some things that make me just like scratch my head. Like for example, Figure Arts released a really cool Yoda figure.
Yeah.
And it had him where he could sit down in his little chair thing, like when he was in the Senate. All sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
I cannot, in my right mind, pay $130 for an SH Figure Arts Yoda figure when I could buy the hot toy for like $200. It's just so sometimes they do that kind of stuff, which is weird because it's like a Japan exclusive.
So like certain exclusives go up,
Yeah,
but
certain exclusives go for buku.
but you're not seeing like a huge price leap because of tariffs or anything like that.
No, I know the only company that's gotten really expensive is I know Mafex has gotten more expensive, but that happened a couple years ago. And then Revoltech's Marvel figures are have gotten slightly more expensive too. But I will. Speaking of that, I'm really excited to try their Bleeding Edge Armor Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely excited for that one. But yeah, no, for the most part, I haven't really seen it, which is a good thing.
Right. I mean, Marvel Legends, depending on what wave they release, like this 80 Marvel's 80 years has gone up. Obviously, trying to get that $25 price point with single figures, $50 for 2 packs, and $60 for bigger 2 packs or bigger characters of 2 packs or 3 packs. But however, like people are smart. Consumers are smart. They go to Amazon. They wait for Cyber Monday. They wait for Black Friday. They wait for maybe like an online Target coupon or just find something cheaper at Amazon or finding it on rollback at Walmart. Or if you're a Walgreens member, you kind of get like a discount sometimes if you're a member. Same thing with Target. If you're part of their card, you get like 10% off. Not that we're promoting these places, but those are little tricks. You can like just get the tax off or just maybe get half off. I know on Cyber Monday I got like Family Matters 3-pack Marvel Legends with Magneto for like $40 opposed to like 60, and I got Emperor Palpatine Black Series for 40 as opposed to like 35 or something like that, or $40. That helps, that really does help a long way when you look for those deals either on rollback or Amazon and stuff like that. They do price it high, but they always come down. Like with the Marvel's 80 years, a lot of people are finding them for like $8 or $12 because they're on clearance. Because they were, a lot of stores either got too many or they just didn't sell, and it worked out. You could get them on sale, and it's not an issue. Legos have gone up. A lot of the sets, it's hard to get a set, even a medium to small size set that's under $20. However, you can look constantly at Target and they'll have it on sale maybe for 15, some of the smaller sets and stuff like that. Not so much the bigger sets, but a lot of the smaller sets they'll mark down. Lego is an example. Like I'd say Legos have like almost doubled, sometimes tripled the price of what they were 10, 20 years ago. Granted, the economy was different, but Legos are expensive. They're not this. They're not such an easy, affordable toy as they once were. However, they are fun and they're popular and they have a lot of licenses I'm sure they're paying, which I believe is the cause of the rise of prices in Legos, because it's like doubled since the last 20 years. They've got Batman.
And inflation.
Right, and they got Batman, they got Marvel,
plus they're
DC.
They're coming from what, Norway, right?
It's either Norway or Finland. I think it's Norway.
Which is funny because like It's funny because it's like most of the biggest toy companies are in 3 countries:
Right, and they still,
America, the United States of America, Japan, and China,
right.
or technically Hong Kong. But then you just have this random one in Norway or whatever.
I know that Playmobil made their own movie and it bombed. It didn't even make $1 million.
Yeah, Playmobil though, I know they got one of the weirdest things that actually has done pretty well for them is
Like they tried to make their own movie and it bombed really
I
hard.
forgot about that, but yeah, they did what? They did Ghostbusters, which those figures were there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and from a random side note too, for my economics class, I wrote a little paper about how I guess Hasbro acquired recently the parent company to toddler brands like Peppa Pig,
Yeah.
and Hasbro owns Death Row Records. So Hasbro is kind of funny, just a very very smart company.
Yeah. I mean, like I think other companies such as like Hasbro or even NECA, they're running on that Ninja Turtle license really well.
NECA's ingenious with that too because technically, who owns the one company owns the exclusive rights. What is that company called? Can't think of the name.
Yeah.
But one company owns the exclusive rights to Ninja Turtles, so the only way NECA, with their licensing agreement, is able to sell their higher quality figures in a 6 to 7 inch scale is to have them in an adult only area.
Which is those 2 packs from the animated series.
And
That's where that's NECA, right?
that's NECA, yeah. So they used to only make them con exclusives, but now that's why you see them at Target, but Target has to keep them in a separate place. That's why you see NECA's products for Turtles at GameStop. You see them at Target, but you don't see them at a Walmart.
Well, I remember a lot of moms were complaining that stuff was there. And it's like, well, okay, I get it if it has to be in a separate area, but it's like, and they have horror figures, and they do Jason, and then they do It, and then they do Halloween, and I get it if it has to be in a separate area. That's fine. I mean, it makes sense on the account of DVDs and CDs are kind of going on their way out because everything's converting to digital. So, Target has that space to put that kind of stuff. Because they're thinning those kind of things out because everything's moving to streaming services.
Right. I mean, it's annoying soccer moms with no lives. It probably is to the reason why so many companies put like adult collectible, not a toy, for companies like NECA or stuff like that, because they don't want that one annoying soccer mom that's like, my child's not old enough to see it, and he saw a scary clown figure.
I don't know too many kids that get upset by seeing a toy. It's
Right.
scary. I mean, not in the store, stuff like that. But
Good old helicopter parents.
But like the stuff you buy now, do you feel that you buy in the United States? Do you feel that the prices have gone up too much? We said Lego has risen up, but it could be through licensees and stuff like that. And I wish. Everyone wishes that prices can go down, but yeah, inflation plays a lot of parts in that. So do you find like the regular stuff you buy has gone up?
Not really.
No.
I mean, obviously, it depends on where you get it from too. Like Marvel Legends are still 20, unless you get it from GameStop, then they're 22.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta be smart about it. I mean, you just gotta
Right, because like
shop where to shop the sales and get the deals, and if you can find a coupon and stuff like that.
that second Endgame wave, I saw a couple places at
Have you found that? Yeah, I haven't found it. I only found
at Strongsville GameStop, but
yeah, I've only seen them at GameStop.
I held off because I'm like, you know what? I feel like that Iron Man's gonna be a peg warmer.
Well, I don't think Walmart's got them in yet.
They haven't.
And it's funny because I was in Walmart like several times, and I've been looking for Harry Potter ornaments. I kind of have this thing all of a sudden this year I have to scratch for Harry Potter ornaments this year. But I've been going to Walmart looking for ornaments, but as well with the holiday season, I've seen like there's been like a non-existence of a Star Wars section. Because the movies are so bad.
It's only on like it's weird because like it's only for the little special promotion like
it's always an end cap or it's
in the middle, yeah.
It's either an end cap or it's a palette, but that's the whole Star Wars section now.
Right, aside from like Lego and Hot Wheels.
And like even at like Target, it's shrunk. It's still there, but it's really small. And even in Walmart, it's like 2 pegs long. Like there's hardly any Black Series figures there. Hasbro is in trouble with the Star Wars license right now because people aren't buying it. And the people that are people like you and me, very selective. They're only getting the Palpatines. They're only getting Mandalorians. They're not buying Rays. They're not buying Finns. They're not buying Poes, and they're not buying these new characters just because these movies have really sunk to a new low, and these characters are just not engaging.
I mean, you know a movie's bad when you're like, okay, what can we do to drive in customer engagement? How about we bring back Palpatine? People love Palpatine. Which is like, Star Wars has gotten me to the point where I'm just like I'm so thankful that Jon Favreau is involved in The Mandalorian because I
He's
still
doing a
haven't
good job at that show.
I still haven't
So
seen
that's
it.
the only thing good since Rogue One.
Yeah, but it's like if I feel like at this point maybe they just need to have Jon Favreau be involved in everything. Like he's Disney's best asset.
I mean,
because you can tell he's a fan because of what I've heard about The Mandalorian being so wonderful.
I think.
Plus, I mean, look at what he jump started the Marvel Universe with Iron Man.
Right.
The movie's wonderful. Iron Man 2, severely underrated. Iron Man 3, they didn't have him. For the most part, Iron Man 3 sucked.
I just thought Iron Man 2 could have more action. But that was the only thing I found wrong with Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3, yeah, that stunk.
Could have been so great.
Yeah.
So great.
But I think when you see toys that are on the shelves and it's not selling, that's a reflection upon the movie. No one's buying into it. No one's that invested into it. I mean, I'm still seeing a lot of Captain Marvel stuff on the shelves as well.
Right, that movie. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I thought it sucked. For the most part, it was really garbage. It was just, I don't like her as an actor, and even just disregarding her as being a terrible human being, I don't think she's a good actor.
A terrible human being.
She really is.
I
for
think,
the bullshit she said, I don't like her at all. Plus, I just find her, like, I found her acting really just like...
It's bland, yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it was very...
I'm not going to see Brie Larson. I'm going to see Captain Marvel.
Well, I know, I agree, but it was very Kristen Stewart, like...
Yeah, it was.
Hi, but I'm Captain Marvel. I'm going to kill you now. Bye, Ronan.
It truly didn't... it was anticlimactic on the part where the bad guy just flies away, but also...
yeah, when Ronan just left like that, I remember thinking, like... Right. I was like, really? She just, like, flexes her muscle. Plus, the Skrulls are evil, and you made the Skrulls good.
I guess not all Skrulls are evil.
Well, not just that, but in the comics and in other things, the Skrull Kree War is awesome. In that movie, the Skrull Kree War sucked. It was non-existent. It was stupid.
But it obviously didn't have the same impact as Wonder Woman, where it got everyone excited.
Right, Wonder Woman was amazing. And I know you and I are both so excited for 1984.
And it wowed people.
So good.
But, like, this movie just... I don't know. It's just, like... It was a little bit anticlimactic. Her acting was bland, and the movie I thought could have been better.
A lot of aspects
of it too. It was average, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it was a bad movie.
It was bad.
It could have been more.
It was the worst. It was one of... It was...
You're very outspoken, honestly.
It was... the only thing I will say for it, and it's not saying much, was I liked it better than Thor the Dark World. But that's not saying much, because Thor the Dark World is
better than Iron Man 3.
Right. Well, I don't... That's tough to do. Thor the Dark World, I think, is the most disappointing Marvel movie for me.
Well, I think Iron Man 3 is the most slap-in-the-face Marvel movie for me. Right. It's like an insult. It's like, well, screw everything you read.
I mean, Iron Man 3 was so bad.
I was offended by Iron Man 3. I needed to go to a safe space after Iron Man 3.
I mean, Iron Man 3...
I mean, he takes his chest thing and he throws it in the ocean. I'm like, what's that BS?
And he's like, oh, come visit me.
But
here's my address.
But obviously, okay, the movie wasn't as impactful as they hoped because there's a lot of Captain Marvel dolls still on the shelves. I mean, like, they thought like everyone would get into Rose Tico in Star Wars, but that you couldn't even give those away.
Yeah, there's a lot of Captain Marvel dolls, a lot of Captain Marvel action figures. Like, even little girls are like, I'd rather, see Wonder Woman.
Well, I think you got to know your audience.
You said what? You said Rose Tico is the new Jar Jar Binks?
Well, yeah, pretty much, but you got to know your audience. Like, I'm not saying girls aren't into superheroes, but obviously more girls gravitate towards Frozen than they did with Captain Marvel. And and those figures just don't sell. I mean, obviously all the Frozen stuff sells. So, they thought that it would be as impactful as Wonder Woman. It wasn't, and well, that's how it went. But
It was one of those movies where I was just like,
I know that
I will say though,
I will say,
Infinity War she was okay, but even then I was just like,
right.
I was just like, this is just a boring character.
Well, they shoehorned her in right before Endgame, so you had to go see it before you saw Endgame. But then at the same time, like there was more talk about the controversy of what she said as opposed to people talking about the actual movie.
Well,
I'm not going to get into that.
Well,
but,
even regardless of what she said, the movie, because like I mean, don't get me wrong, like Mark Ruffalo is a far left SJW as well, but he plays a really good Hulk, so you can disregard his comments and you can just focus on the fact as like, wow, he's a solid Bruce Banner, solid Hulk, really enjoyable. Whereas hers was just like even disregarding her asinine comments, it was just like, wow, like you're really boring and really not a good actress.
When you say stuff like that, you're killing part of your audience.
Right, too. Like you can't.
You're totally when you're going into fan blaming and stuff like that.
Right, superhero audiences are mostly going to be male dominated.
Yeah, they are.
Like young children all the way up to adults.
Well, you know that mostly girls are going to watch the princess movies. That's just how it is.
Right. Yeah. Like when you said.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. With like.
And there's nothing wrong with liking both. But I'm just saying.
Right. Because like.
There's going to be more of that demographic for one genre than another.
Right. Because.
I think for companies need to know their audience a little bit better than trying to cater to an audience they don't have, because I don't think that's effective.
Right. Like.
Because the old audience gets offended, like Star Wars. The old fans get offended by what's happening in the new Star Wars because they just kind of totally just belligerently just crapped on the old characters and everything that came in the original Star Wars. And with these new ones, it's just, okay, here's some new characters, but we don't really care about what came before the old characters. And then you have these new characters that they're trying to push, but they're not interesting or well written, or
right,
they don't have no. They're just kind of there. They're not really adding anything to the movie or making you feel connected, or
which sucks because it's like
I mean, you're free to disagree. If you disagree, feel free to comment, subscribe to our show. That's totally fine. But
because it's like
these are just our opinions.
With Finn, let's take Finn for example. Shelf warmer extraordinaire.
Right.
Peg warmer
People
extraordinaire.
aren't interested in the characters if those toys aren't selling. And that is a reflection on the movies.
And they're not adding enough depth because, like, with Finn, I'm like, okay, he's a stormtrooper who wants to escape.
Yeah. That was the biggest character they dropped the ball on.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, tell me more.
Right.
Tell me about how he got into the stormtrooper program. Tell me about why he was working with Kylo Ren and Snoke to begin with. And then even with it
could have been a big chase movie just to try to get him, which I didn't understand. Why did they have to try to chase another droid? Like, he could have stole some plans or something at the Super Death Star. Like, why are you chasing BB-8? Just really copy off what happened in New Hope, where you could be chasing Finn and they're on the run and stuff. It could have been a way better movie than
they had opportunities where I'm like, this can be really exciting, and it was.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The toys reflect how the movie's going, and that's true for Star Wars, Captain Marvel, a lot of other movies. The
only really super popular Black Series from that movie was the little mini Porgs.
Exactly.
Because I still want some because they fit into displays really well.
Right, and that's why the Mandalorian stuff is selling, and the Rise of Skywalker stuff is not. Now, granted, the movie hasn't come out, but I don't think there's a lot of hope that this movie's going to be good.
Well, honestly, the only thing I want from the Rise of Skywalker so far is that little tiny droid.
Yeah, well, even that looks stupid because you're adding a new droid. It's like, who cares? He already replaced BB-8. It's the third movie. But on to our next topic, toy groups. So we find that we are part of a toy group called Neotech. It's a Northeast Ohio Toys and Collectibles Club, and it's in Northeast Ohio. It has over 100 members. We're part of it. We're proud to say that we're part of it. What our little group does is they have a Facebook page and Facebook groups. Feel free to, if you're in the area of Northeast Ohio, actually like their Facebook page, but see if you can look them up. They're on NEOTACC, Neotech Group, and we're part of that group. we're happy we are. What we find useful in toy groups is that people will post things they're either selling or that they find in like certain retail stores, just to kind of give people a heads up and stuff like that, as to what to buy. Also, we get together once a month at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and people buy, sell, and trade stuff. People will buy from each other. They'll trade. They'll help each other out. It's a mix of fans and some store owners as well. Either they're comic shop owners or toy shop owners, and people just kind of like help each other out, fill each other's collections. Some people sell if they need to, if they're at a point in their life where they need to sell some stuff, let some stuff go, make an extra buck or two, fill some holes in their collections, gain some new collections, and it's just kind of very fun to be a part of a toy group. We get together every month, and it's kind of like a mini convention. So I'm going to ask you, Kyle, what have you found as beneficial to being in a toy group? And you and I have been in this group for about a year and a half now. What do you like being a part of Neotech in the toy group?
Lots of things, camaraderie, I love finding people with same interests as me. And then you find a lot of deals at these selling events. They're really fun.
People will help work with you.
Juggernaut Colossus 2-pack for one.
You beat me there. Well, here's a story, folks. If we were at a Neotech group and I wanted the same thing, we both wanted the Colossus Juggernaut 2-pack. And the guy was selling it for what? You got it for $50. And I raised my hand, but you said done, so he won. So Kyle got there first. But you know what? You traveled further than me, so I'm kind of glad you got that one. I still got to get one. I hope it goes on sale. But people will work with you on price and stuff just to help you out. It's more of a camaraderie. People talk, discuss, they have discussions. I know we post our podcast there too. A lot of our fans, hello fans from Neotech, listen and watch our channel as well. And yeah, they sell a whole bunch of stuff. I like being part of it because, yeah, like you said, like-minded people. It's funny because people have the same interest as you and collect the same stuff as you. You tell them why you like a certain brand, figure, wave. But also, like the little annoyances as well. Like, why don't they do this? Like, why doesn't this come with extra hands? Why don't we get more accessories in this stuff? And this wave, and why didn't it, like, it's the same, like, it's not just you, like, you're not just, it's not like your thoughts, you could, like, bounce off thoughts off each other. Like, you're thinking, like, well, they could make this a whole lot better, and people do customs. Remember we voted for the best customization?
Oh, yeah, the one dude who did the custom from scratch of the, what was it, a Proton pack? Is that what they're called for Ghostbusters? Cool.
One guy made a custom War Machine, so that was a great customized.
It was very cool, yeah. The aesthetic was off the chart for any customization there. Like, plus, it's you just tell it was a labor of love.
Right, and, people have, like, a lot of figures, either open or unopened and stuff like that. So it's really good to be a part of the community that has the same hobby as you. And you kind of share the same ideas and stuff like that. Because a lot of people have a lot of older stuff from different time periods. Some people have 70s stuff and 80s stuff. You're trying to fill, like, older collections like Ninja Turtles or Star Wars. People will have, like, older Star Wars stuff from the first wave or the first movies. Also newer stuff too, like Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series and the newer Ninja Turtle stuff. And people will also, like, post our Facebook page, like, this is at Mentor Walmart and this is at Strongsville Target or whatever like that. And you kind of get a sense, like, oh, if I go there now, I could pick it up and stuff like that. Mostly, yeah, a lot of people are trying to help you out there. Anything else you want to add to the toy groups?
No,
yeah.
They're just fun. They're fun.
It's fun, yeah. A lot of good guys.
Good people.
It's good to talk to people, and I even some people, like, have some inside information and stuff like that, where they kind of know more than you thought that you didn't know. And some are store owners as well. So I think that pretty much wraps up our show. A little bit shorter than usual. Thank you for the fans for sticking with us this far. Like I said, there will be changes made to YouTube in January. I think we'll be okay. I like to think we will. If there are, just keep tabs on our Facebook page, Talking Toys. Like I said, yeah, with toy groups, if you're not part of one, I suggest you either make one in your area, wherever you're listening or viewing this from, in your area. See if you could start one up in those Facebook groups, or see if you could find one. More likely, you're not the only collector in your region or geographic location, and it's a good way to connect with people. And more connections also means more toys. Back to the YouTube thing, it is important for you guys because you are the fans. We do this for you. We only do this for fun. We're not really doing this to make a profit and get 1,000 million likes or whatever, but I just want to let you know that this is a very simple place. If you feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell notification on YouTube. Look for us on SoundCloud. If there's any other platforms we'll be on, we'll definitely take a look on our Facebook page. So this brings us to the end of our episode 11 of Talking Toys, of toy pricing and toy groups. And you have anything more to add, Kyle?
Nope. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you guys, as my best friend said, thank you guys for sticking with us. And we're looking forward to the next episode and just continuing the content.
Hopefully we'll get the next episode out at the end of January. So until next time, this is Brock Lauer.
This is Kyle Walters.
And always look for those special toys under the Christmas tree.